As we all know, the PlayStation Network is down. I'll put in my 2 cents here in a second. I want to kind of get into the history of how I started gaming. I didn't really get into gaming until 1994, 1995, when my dad rented a PlayStation from Blockbuster, back when you could do that. And those are really the golden years of gaming to me. He rented Wipeout, Destruction Derby, and Mortal Kombat 3. The first two games I mentioned were launch titles for the system, as to the best of my memory, that is. Uh, but excuse me, but the PlayStation was one of those great systems. I mean, yeah, I'd played NES, Game Boy, and Super Nintendo before that, but nothing really compared to the really good graphics and excellent sound quality that the PlayStation had to offer. Now I do have a box similar to that one. It might be the DualShock. I will be getting this game here, Legend of Mana. Here's the PS1 box, PlayStation and PlayStation DualShock box. I'm not sure which box I have. It might be the DualShock, but got a PlayStation 1 now, so I can play all the games on the all my PlayStation games on the original system. PS2 came along in what, 2000, 2001, and it still is a great system today. Now the PlayStation Network came along towards the end of the PlayStation 2's lifespan, and the interface was very similar to what we see today on the PlayStation 3. It's really sad that Sony basically allowed the hackers to get into the system and get partial addresses and possibly even get people's credit card information, simply due to the fact that they're a tier 1 company. It's just unacceptable. Now some people are selling their PlayStation 3s and saying, oh, I'll never buy a Sony product again. Well, they're taking steps right now to ensure that this sort of activity never happens to them again. Yes, they're putting in these new security features and going through a company to secure the network, but is that going to 100% keep hackers out? No. They'll always find a way to break in. It's the sad truth, and that's what I speak. I'm not going to candy code anything here, guys. And yeah, this is me after a few beers. No, the PlayStation 3 has been a great system for me. I've had it for nearly, nearly 3 years now. Coming up on 3 years. Yeah, well, 2.5, yeah. But, I will be getting a PSP eventually, and maybe a PlayStation 3 Slim just as a backup system in case my original one dies. But, yeah, I just find it ridiculous as people are selling their PS3s because they don't trust Sony anymore. Well, I mean, I can kind of understand that, but at least they're working to secure the network. I mean, why sell your PS3? You can still play video games offline and still have a blast. I thought I would touch on this since it's coming out very, very soon. I'll put up a release date in annotations since I don't know them, or I don't remember the release date for the Mortal Kombat Collection. On the PS3, it will have Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 in HD, and the game will be 3D compatible, which is great. Sadly, I don't have a 3D HD TV, but that's fine, 3D ready, or whatever. But I'm going to be purchasing the collection mostly for the Mortal Kombat 3. Because I have not played that game in a very long time, I think since its release on the Super Nintendo. So, I mean, I've played a port of it on the PS2, but it just doesn't compare. The screen size is small, and I don't know. They say the game is going to be in HD. I imagine they're going to have a 16:9 screen, but with a background. And it would be cool if they released Ultimate Mortal Kombat, if Midway released Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 on the PlayStation Network, just for us diehard fans like myself, because I really enjoy the classic series and the games on the PS2, and I have yet to play Mortal Kombat 9 on the PS3. So yeah, guys, feel free to give me your 2 cents on this, on the PlayStation Network being down, and your thoughts on Sony and all that stuff. So, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you like what you see. Take it easy, guys.